Welcome to my channel, Frances Okeke, with me, Frances Okeke, where I share all that I think about. So today I'm going to be talking about Taye Arimoro and the Peggy Ovire case. I hope I'm pronouncing their names right. Peggy Ovire. Peggy Ovire. So Taye was contracted by Peggy Ovire, who is an actor producer, but now on this in this situation, she's a producer as regards to him. So he was contracted to do two jobs, and the first job ended 31st October, and the second was to end, I think, 5th or 6th of November, and was to end on the 11th of November. That was the contract, that was the agreement. So on the 11th, he called early to he reached out to the production manager, that's the PM, to find out about when call time was going to be and about the schedule for the day, the shooting schedule for the day. Call time is like when you're supposed to be on set, on the job, if you're an actor or crew member or cast. So he was told 9 a.m. Okay, well, how about the shooting schedule? None at the time. So he later calls. So he later calls to find out, okay, when will Peggy Ovire, who is the producer and also the leading lady, because obviously, as the leading man, his scenes were going to be with the leading lady. So even if he were on set by 9 a.m., he won't be able to shoot until the leading lady got there. Please let me know when Peggy gets to the set. And he's called around 10. He still gets to the set around 10. This is according to him. And then he tells the PM, that's production manager, remember my last day of shoot is today. I got here by 10. I'm shooting for 12 hours. So I'll be leaving here like, was it 10:59 or 10 for something? Can't remember. Around 10 anyways. And PM was like, don't worry. I'm going to, we're going to be fast. We're going to, wrap things up. So he's getting to 10. He knows he has three scenes left, according to what he's been told. So, okay, you know what? Let me make it to 12 p.m. Since by contract, my shoot ends on the 11th, and the 11th ends at midnight. Then the three scenes are short. It's 11:59. He picks his things and is on his way out of set. To him, he's done. Nobody has told him anything about anything else. To him, it was a wrap. And then he gets to his car, and the production manager, I think somebody Obai, the PM, comes to meet him outside that he can't go. See, maybe I'm not looking at this from the perspective of someone who is outside the industry or someone who is in the industry. But one thing I've noticed is, unless you're like a superstar, A-list, production managers and certain other people don't give you maximum respect. They speak and like they're entitled, or you should accept whatever treatment that is meted out to you because you're unknown and you want to become a star. you know so he tells Taye you can't leave. We still have two more scenes left. And Taye is like, I told you many times throughout the day, I have another shoot starting tomorrow by 10 a.m. I have to get to Agor, my home, sleep, do some unpacking, repacking, and get to set for 10 a.m. the next day on a different production. And you assured me. And then next thing is, as Taye tries to drive out, because I also watched some of the live video. Okay, this was not in the live video, but after that I watched. This was the video feeds were after. The live feeds were after. So he tries to drive out, and this production manager guy, Mr. Obayi, I hope I'm getting his name right, holds on to his car door, passenger car door, you know, and Taye stops and tries to move again, and this guy yanks his door, part of the door out. the padding, the inner, yeah, that part. All the videos, everything are on Taye's page on Instagram. You can see everything. And then before he can even say, "Oh, what's happening? Okay, let me get in now and drive out." He gets in. Next thing, a car just from behind. Phew! It's like an action movie. I'm laughing now, but listening to this whole thing over the weeks, and watching the whole thing, reading it's been ludicrous and very somehow. So a car just, action movie parks in front of him, so he can't go anywhere. Guy, come out of my way. I'm driving out. The producer said I should stop you. Who is the producer? Peggy Ovire, who has not come out of the house. Said I should stop you. You can't leave. You have two more scenes to shoot. And then he insists, come out of my way. I am going. Drama ensues. Two DPs and some other people come out. DOP, director of photography, and some other people come out. You know, a scuffle ensues. Next thing he drags, I think in the process of dragging the key, the car, Peggy's car key from the driver, that's Peggy's driver. I think the driver's name is Mr. Mado or something. I don't know the first name, so let's stick to Mr. Mado. He gets the car key to the Peggy's car, and I think a scuffle ensued there again. And I think he mistakenly, when a couple, yeah, to get a key, somebody will get hit. I think the driver guy got hit because I'm trying to place timelines and injuries. Anyways, so Taye gets into the car, drives the car out of the way. Next thing, Peggy comes out of from within shouting, "Taye, get out of my car! What are you doing in my car?" You know, and he gets down, hands her the key, gets into his car, but she gets in again and blocks his path with the car. So since his path is blocked, he gets down, you know, next thing she's hitting him, you know, and they're trying to tell him to come back and do the remaining two scenes, which nobody told him about. You know, he asked for the schedule. He was past his contract now, anyways. Nobody was even saying, okay, you know what, please come back, or let's move this to another day, or please come back, we're going to pay you, for the remaining two scenes since it's past contract already. Nothing. There was no begging. You don't beg someone and try to hold on to their car door and stop them by force from leaving. So, you know, and then he reverses, goes out the other way to get to the gate, but they get to the estate gate before him. Something view estate. Well, all this information is online. I'm just heading straight to where I'm trying to head to. And then he gets to the estate gate, they're there already. Who knows? Sh- Maybe Peggy has been shooting in that estate for a long time. The security CS and everybody's conversant with her. Maybe she gives them things once in a while, gives them money, and all that. So they help her out, try to, rough, guy, go shoot the remaining two scenes. Because he felt, oh, when I get to the estate gates, the security there, oh, where you forgot this Nigeria. And then he starts a live video. He was being on his face, and then he decides to show them, and then they backtrack, they move away. That's the CSO and the other security person at the gate, the Mopo person at the gate. And then the whole fiasco ensues again. Go back, I'm not going back. He tries to leave this, try to stop him. Next thing he hears, they're deflating his tires to stop him from leaving the estate. That he must come back and shoot the remaining two scenes. Lord. And then he's still on his live feed, yeah? Peggy is hitting him, so many things are happening. Next thing, people are like, come back, shoot, just meaning two scenes. I mean, you're lying. Then I heard a voice saying you're lying on your video, and you're not telling them what you did. And the next thing, he calls an, I think Uber or Bolt, a ride service, anyways. And the person comes, they refuse to let him leave. And then as he's on his way out through the pedestrian gate, he gets a hit from behind and he starts bleeding. Because you saw the video, he has his headset on and then his phone falls. If you hit me, I will hit you back. That's my own, anyways. So I don't know how Taye was in that situation. From the video I watched, the CCTV, he was very calm. No, but it's normal reaction. If someone slaps you, you slap back. So later, Taye comes online to see what happened, and then Peggy goes on to say that he's lying. And then, in her words, Taye, you beat up two crew members simply because you felt they had no voice, no social media presence, etc., etc., etc. They were only begging you to complete two short scenes so we could wrap the night. So he beat up two people and one person was unconscious. But like I said, I was trying to place the timeline by watching all the videos and listening to what everybody had to say. But then, if the PM was unconscious, why then did I hear his voice saying when Taye said, I told you that I had to leave at so time, that I have to be on a shoot by 10 a.m. tomorrow? And the PM was heard saying, but I told you I was going to be very fast. She said that he knocked the guy unconscious. Peggy said Taye knocked the PM unconscious before her driver came out. But from that video, the driver was already in front of Taye, and Taye was shouting at the driver to move away, as in drive away, so he could pass through and leave the estate. And I heard the PM, I believe who is the PM, saying, but I told you I was going to be very fast. You can't tell someone you're going to be very fast and it's 12 midnight already. And then Taye now, you know, Peggy now says that Taye showed up to set by 12 p.m. in the afternoon, not in the morning. So, like I said, it's just been a whole back and forth, back and forth. He said, she said, he said, she said. And then Taye now sues Peggy, the producer. She's not an actor in this case, she's the producer of the movie. So I'm going to get ascribed her the title she deserves. Now sues the producer, Peggy Ovire, for 100 million naira. And then Peggy's lawyers now responded saying, okay, let me show the lawsuits. Hold on. Demand for public apology and the sum of 100 million naira as compensation for the gross violation of the fundamental rights of Mr. Taiwo Arimoro to dignity, personal liberty, and freedom of movement. These are fundamental human rights. In case you're wondering, Taye, yeah, Taiwo is the full name. I think Taye or something. But then Taye, Taye, is, I believe, a short, like, how my name is Frances, and some people call me Fran, Frankie, Franny. Yeah. So that's how Taye is to Taiwo. Not Taiye, but Taye. Anyway, so the lawsuit goes on to talk about this from Inibe Effiong Chambers. What happened on the 11th, 11:59 p.m., how he was restricted from leaving peacefully. All that happened, he was punched in the face, he sustained a fractured mandible, his car tires were slit. Many things happened, were deflated, bite marks on his body, bruises, so many things. Punched repeatedly by Miss Peggy Ovary. Yes, number four. I saw that in the CCTV footage. She did all that. So the whole chaos that occurred and the lies on social media about the incident. So emotional trauma. If it were me, I'll be so emotionally traumatized. Psychological stress, violation of he had bites on his chest and thigh. He was being knocked down with his personal belongings. So many things that happened. Fractured mandible, bloody mouth. Yeah, we saw videos of that. We saw videos. Physically obstructing his exit. We saw videos of that. The evidence, yes, yes, and yes. So she was given 7 days to respond, which she did via her lawyers. Yeah, I wish she did via her lawyers. Anyways, loss of earnings was close, as in to F. Yeah, because he was supposed to be on a set the next day for that same day as is not past 12 already for 10 a.m. I doubt he would have made it to that set with his injuries, the shaky teeth, bloody mouth. He has to go see his dentist, and all that. So yes, loss of earnings. So she responded, and to sum it all up, she said his claims and the things he said were misleading, selective, and very false. Very, very false. And materially false is actually the number one. Your client's allegations are really grossly misleading, selective, and materially false. Multiple eyewitness accounts, police statements, medical. They were asking for contrary to all. They said contrary to all that was said. The evidence were multiple eyewitness accounts. These eyewitness accounts, who are they? Are they people who live on the streets or the crew on the producer's set? That is Peggy Ovire's set. So, am I supposed to believe that they had no bias and prejudice, as in their views were clear, honest? So, if a crew member said something contrary to Peggy, they would lose their job. Especially if she's shooting other jobs, you know, or her friends are shooting other jobs, they won't get recommendations, references, and they won't be called to shoot work with her anymore. Everyone will protect their source of livelihood, and that's the way the industry works. Allegations of a mob attack, we saw video, the CCTV, there were a lot of people there, gathering. And when Taye was shooting his doing his live feed, we saw people gathered. So that's the mob, you know but then that's the way it's what it is in the industry. People will not speak up because they do not want to lose their source of livelihood. So even if a crew member was there and they saw something that was wrong, will they speak the truth? Will they not protect their bank accounts? You know, their bread? So this was she was saying yeah, she might have to counter again and also sue him and all that. That was the conclusion. Refrain from further defamatory publication. That was what was highlighted there. Imagine I'm a makeup artist on that set and I come out and say, oh, see what happened, see what I heard really happened. I was standing there, I saw everything. And Taye was actually correct. He was the victim in this situation. Do you think the other crew, even the producer, would give me work, call me for jobs, production next time? They're like, also, you betrayed your own. You didn't, support. You betrayed your own. How can you do that? I will not be called for a job next time. They will even tell friends and family because industry will belong to WhatsApp groups. I'm sure the producer, Peggy Ovire, belongs to a group of filmmakers that are not just actors, but producers, directors, the works. Same thing with the director, same thing with the DOP. They all belong to groups, guild groups, and then other filmmaking groups on WhatsApp, Facebook, etc., Telegram. And they will call my name, and say I did this and this and this and that. And nobody would want to work with me. And that's the truth. Because I've seen it happen once or twice, you know, and then everybody keeps quiet. Nobody wants to say anything for out of fear of. And then when you speak up, you're the bad person and nobody wants to work with you anymore. That girl, she's problematic. That boy, very problematic, very this, very that. So everybody tries to avoid that by keeping quiet. Anyways, the AGN wades into the matter. Not just the AGN is Actors Guild of Nigeria, then the DGN, Directors Guild of Nigeria, and the AMP, the Association of Movie Producers. They go on to say joint decision of DGN, AGN, and AMP on the set incident involving Taye Arimoro. The very funny thing here is very funny, unprofessional, and ludicrous. Ludicrous is, I think it's also disrespectful that he didn't even bother to get his name right on an official statement. His name is not Taiye. It is Taye. If you can't do Taye, you say Taiwo. Just go borrow what his lawyers used. And they say Ayimo, they got both names wrong. His first name and his surname. It is Arimoro. But here they have Aymoro. So it's actually a different person, not the person in question in this matter. That they are banning him. He's being placed on a ban. That's their decision. Industry wide suspension. One, if you go down, joint sanctions and directives. A, industry wide suspension. Nobody, all members of the AGN, DGN, AMP are not to work with him anymore. Mandatory public apology. He is to apologize to the producer, that's Peggy Ovire, and the production manager who destroyed his car. Then he must go back and complete that filming. That two scenes he didn't do, he must go back and do it. Then he must comply to everything that the DGN, AGN, and AMP has said. And they now went on feeling all pompous with themselves, went on to sign, yeah, we're doing the right thing. I'm just imagining this thing happening in the US. Imagine SAG-AFTRA, the Screen Actors Guild Association, coming together with the Directors Guild and the rest to place a sanction on a member of the Screen Actors Guild. Funny enough, when I saw this, the first question in my mind was, is Taye a member of the AGN? A lot of, or some new generation actors, especially those here in Lagos, even those who are popular and are celebs, are not members of the AGN. And I was right when I saw something he released later. He's not even a member. How do you ban someone who is not your member? Okay, I'm jumping the gun. Hold on. How do three guilds come together to ban someone who is not a member? What business does the Actors Guild have with the Directors Guild and the Movie Production Guild? You have to protect the interest of your actors. If your actor has done wrong, then you ban the actor. And then they said based on investigations they carried out. Another question I had when I saw this was, did they ever call Taye, to come before a committee? Was a committee set up? One, two. Did they ever call Taye and the people involved to come address that committee physically? Or maybe via Zoom or something? Was there a video committee, appearing before a plenary committee or something to address whatever happened? I doubt he was ever called and asked, what happened as a member, supposed member of the AGN. And then how do you even get wrong the name of your member? Couldn't you have gone into your records to ask, oh, Lagos chapter of the AGN, do you have records of this Taye Arimoro person? Is he a member of the AGN? Or because he just said he's an actor, he just jump out. Not every actor is a member of the AGN. I guess because some of them have not seen what the benefits of joining the AGN. And this makes it worse. You know, there was no committee that was set up, there was no investigation that we know of. Taye wasn't called before any committee that was set up, to hear his side of the story. And like I said, these movie producers and directors belong to WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, Telegram groups, film making groups, and whatnot. And you, the actor, you will not be there. You'll just ask Peggy, oh, what happened? What happened? And she'll say her own side of the story, how she wants it to be. Now I even post, see what he did to my to my crew people, my even my driver self, and they will never tell the full story. And then, as luck will have it, the director of that production will also be in that same group, and he will back her up, you know. And you, the actor, you're not there. You are being discussed. The AGN president, the DGN president, the AM people, they are all in that group and they're discussing it. What does this one even think it is? In this our industry, we have to show these people that we have to be professional. But then the AGN, the Actors Guild of Nigeria president forgot. You are overlooking the interest of your actor. Is this one in the United States or in other, let me say the Philippines, for example? And the contract says that actor is meant to be on that set till the 11th, and the 11th ends 11:59 p.m. Boom, 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 12 midnight. You should even be saying, why wasn't he offered money for the two extra scenes which were outside his contract? That's the professional thing to do. Strike up a new contract, but then we let so many things go because if you're an actor on a production and you're supposed to stop shooting on the 11th, but they keep shooting into the 12th, you don't say many people don't say anything because to them they don't want to be seen as snobbish, haughty, no respect, sassy. What does this one think she is? This one is not even a superstar yet. When this one is a superstar, we're not going to hear word again now. Then they will not go and spread rumors about you. This girl, very, very unprofessional, very hard to work with, very this, very uncouth, very this, very that. You know, nobody wants to seem that way. So they will keep quiet, not say anything, and smile through the shoots, even the two, three, four extra scenes into the next day, without demanding as professionals for a professional treatment, which is, if you're going past my, was your actor offered overtime for the two scenes which were now past contracts? And then how do you even pass a judgment on someone who was you thought was your member without even calling him to hear his own side of the story? You believed other people without even hearing from your own actor who you thought was a member of your guild. You know? See, this cronyism, you know, like I said, they might all be in the same WhatsApp group. Peggy, the AGN president, and the rest. And they all tell their own side, oh, Neoma, sorry, all these young actors of these days. But then, as I mean, we're expecting the AGM president to have called his actor, an actor he thought was a member of his guild, and asked him what happened. Call other members of the committee of the AGN and asked what happened. Look at, see, your actor, an actor was injured, was physically prevented from leaving a set after when his contract had ended, and your solution is to come out and ban him. You didn't even call him, you didn't even do a video call or whatever, or ask for his presence, or are you in Lagos, ask for the chapter president or wherever it is to to ask him what happened. You now even saw a CCTV video and said the CCTV video was false. I watched everything, I was so disappointed. See, as for that CCTV video, yeah. Oh God, sweet Lord. I'll get to that later. And then imagine they now come together. Is Taye a member of the Association of Movie Producers? Is Taye a member of the Directors Guild of Nigeria? Let's even say you thought he was a member of the Actors Guild of Nigeria. Who are they to even ban him? That's not their jurisdiction. Now look at this CCTV footage. The DGN, AGN, and AMP, they say it's false. I am very conversant with CCTV interface because I handle the CCTV where I stay. There are cameras all around, and I'm the one in charge of the app. I'm the one who manually. I'm the I'm the what's it called? Admin for the CCTV. I handle the DVR, everything. If anything goes wrong, if any of the camera is down, I see it. I do all the playbacks. I watch footages. If anything happens, I'm going back in time. I'm seeing what's happening on our street. I'm watching things. So I know what a proper CCTV footage looks like. And this is real. I'm so happy he didn't even take it from the app. Because if you are taking it from the app now, people will still see, but they will say, it's false. They won't see this interface, the whole playback, the whole control on the screen. You think it's false because it's a video. A video can be manufactured these days, AI. But looking closer, this is not AI. See where Peggy is even pushing him. Imagine if it were a man pushing a lady. I do not support violence in any way. I do not support abuse in any. Why would you lay hands on anyone, no matter the reason? She was laying hands on him, punching him. No, no, that was wrong. That was wrong. I was so disappointed. It was so wrong. How can you, as the AGN president, you call yourself, watch this and feel all right with your actor being physically assaulted? In your mind, he's a tall, huge guy and he's just a lady who is short. No, she's a producer. And then the excuse now is that he'd injured two crew members. So they were trying to prevent him from leaving the estate so the police could get there and arrest him. If that were the case, why wasn't he arrested? There's a way this thing happens. Like, it's like people coming into my estate now to do something. That person cannot exit even through the pedestrian gate. That person, he or she, will be held down in the security house until the policemen get there to take the person away. So why wasn't if this were true, why was he still in his car? And then why was he able to leave the pedestrian gate of that estate when the CSO and the Mopo person was there? If this was really true, that he injured two people, made one rendered one person unconscious, and the other person was bleeding and whatnot, and they were trying to prevent him from leaving so the police could get there. Are we not trying to say? And according to Peggy, she was saying that the PM came to appeal for more time and he instead got physical. Are we trying to say that Taye is a mad person? That's what the AGN president and co are trying to say as well. So how would he, as an actor, the production manager comes to meet him and asks for more time? Next thing is to give the person one blow. Wah, 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 wah. Please, we're not babies. We're not imbeciles. You know? Why would you try to block a grown adult from leaving a production when his contract, even if his contract had not ended, you take it up legally, block his movements. That's infringement on his fundamental human rights. Now imagine if Taye were a female, not even a man, a female actress, that's an actress who decided, okay, yeah, I have to be on another set, it's time for me to leave. And all this had happened. Would they now strip her naked, tear her clothes, expose her breasts and whatnot, do another whatever it is, or maybe even rape her to come back and do two scenes with slaps and whatnot? Imagine if it were a female, if it were an actress. Just imagine. I do not support abuse in any form or in any way. I don't understand why the Peggy lady was busy hitting him. I find it very distasteful and annoying when women do that. Hitting men. Nobody has the right to hit anybody, be the person male or female. Keep your hands to yourself. That you're a lady does not excuse physical abuse, violence. Nobody likes anybody hitting them. You feel like, oh, it will feel like a fly. No. Me as a lady as I am now, if I hit a man, he would feel it. Nobody should hit anybody. All this could have been de-escalated. So you're trying to let us believe that the PM came to beg, oh, we're past contract, please help us out. And then Taye the madman throws him a punch. Pua, 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 pua. I'm leaving. And then the driver came. Pua, pua, pua. Please now. Come on, just two more scenes now. And then Taye now goes to him. Pua, pua, pua. Punches, punches, punches. I'm leaving. Then you now rush. No, you must not leave. Yes. I saw that CCTV. That CCTV was real footage. It was real. It was not doctored or anything. It was real. As someone very conversant, I handle the CCTV. It is real. If anything happens in where I'm located and people need to do a playback, go back in time, I handle it. Even if you need to bring out the video crop, I'm so happy whoever Taye or whoever it is that got the footage was using their phone to record the screen and not getting it from the app. You know, Taye is not mad. I saw the he was calm, moving. Nobody is mad. Nobody, no production will come and meet you calmly. It's just like when sometimes when you even go for castings, for readings and whatnot, they'll tell you the reading time is by 10 a.m. You get there, you're given a side and you wait till 12, almost 1. Nobody even comes to tell you anything. They don't even bother asking, okay, do you have other plans? Are you going somewhere else? You spend your whole time. Nobody even, then when the time is right, they don't even apologize. Oh, we're so sorry for keeping you guys waiting. Maybe so person was not around, or we are so sorry. Because everybody's looking at us like, who are you? You're not a superstar. You're not an A-list, actress or anybody. Forgetting people, time is precious, time is money. But say you're going to do something by 10 a.m., do it. If you're not going to do it, then professionalism says you come out and you say, oh, we're really sorry. We know some of you left home very early to get here by 10, but unfortunately, we're not going to be starting by 10 anymore, or by 9, or by 11, or whatever time you gave. That's professionalism. And then I expected when they heard he was going to leave, that the producer would be the one to come meet him, not even sending the PM. Because his agreement is with the producer. Oh, Ty, we're so sorry, please, please, okay, you know what, we'll pay you extra, or maybe we can shoot it for something, and not all this that transpired. I'm so disappointed with the AGN. You don't have your actor's best interest at heart, going by what happened. We're all professionals. No one is a child. Not even a child should even be stopped in that manner, unless you're the child's parents or guardian. You can't leave and they block him with his path with a car and all that happened. No, that was totally wrong. And I'm so disappointed with the AGN. Well, it's not unexpected. It's not unexpected. We expected that reaction from the AGN. Cronyism, like I said. On that set, Peggy is a producer, not an actor. That's her first role on that set. How do you even allow your actors, you're okay with your actor shooting past 12 midnight? Are your actors robots? Are they not human? Are they AI? An actor will be awake from morning, and then producers will make that actor shoot from morning till past midnight to 2, 3 a.m. And you're the Actors Guild of Nigeria president. And you're okay with it. You didn't even see anything wrong in all that happened. Shooting till past midnight. AGN president. Contracts being past contracts. AGN president. Actors Guild president. An actor shooting past contracts. Then past midnight. And all that happened, and you're okay with it. That's why you have actors dropping dead, having so many whatever health issues, high blood pressure and whatnot. How do you not look after the interest of your actors? Shooting from morning till past midnight, protecting the interest of your actors when it comes to contracts and much more. That is your job. I'm even expecting the AGM president to be saying now, oh, they were looking into royalties for actors. In other countries, people get royalties. That's why you will be paid for a job that they tell you that the job is going on rock or on YouTube. Next thing you see the job on that same job on rock, you see it on African Magic, you see it here, you see it there, and you're paid for only one. You don't get royalties wherever else. And people wonder why Nigerian actors are poor. No royalties are paid. Even big productions, most don't pay royalties to you. The one person I know that used to pay royalties then, may have so rest in peace, was the late Amaki Igwe. She made sure she paid the actors royalties. If you showed on different TV stations, no matter where in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, whatever, they were paid royalties. You know, this whole thing was disconcerting to watch, but it wasn't surprising. That's how, when I think years back, an actress came forward and said a director raped her, sexually abused her. It was almost swept under the carpet. Even that another actress was popular, brought it out into the public. Other directors, producers who were friends tried to hush, make it hush hush. So now imagine if Taye didn't have the sense to do a do a video recording, or as everything live footage and everything video as everything was happening, or there was no CCTV. This would have just been a he said she said, and most people would believe the producer, Peggy Ovire, their friend, whose husband is also a producer and an actor. And then people look down on you like, who are you? You're just starting in the industry, you've not achieved stardom. Just put your head down and just small thing, just overlook it. Imagine if he had not been recording, and if there was no CCTV footage. Nobody would have believed Taye. Nobody. Now imagine other people who were in such situations, and people will go to their WhatsApp groups, and discuss about it. Oh, that girl. Oh, that boy. Oh, very terrible to work with. And all the crew members on the set to back the producer or director up. And that's the truth. Because now anywhere where belief is, everybody's protecting their own interests, really. So this whole thing was, well, these are my thoughts on it. I've interjected my thoughts in between. It's a very long video. I didn't expect it was going to get this long. It's so sad. I think a lot of professionalism has to be infused into the industry. Even if Taye were an upcoming actor, or if, which he is not, or he were an actor who just started today, let's just say a newbie, this was all shades of wrong. Obey contracts, obey time, treat people with respect and professionalism. People are adults. Lots of people went to school, have degrees and whatnot. They could have been in other jobs. They're not children. Treat people with respect and decorum. As always, these are my thoughts. I watched everything, I saw everything, I read everything. Everyone can do better. The guilds can do better. AGN, the Actors Guild, can do way better. Producers, directors, everybody can do better. Anyways, hope you like, subscribe, and whatnot. I'm out. Francis Okiki. Ciao.